Okay, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So all this thing that is that you are just describing right now, this is at which year? Like, what was your age? 2014. Right, right, right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then I started, not, I cannot say that I started taking it very seriously. It's like whenever I used to get time, I used to go outside, I used to click and normal flowers, people, that street photography things. Then I used to go few places outside Kolkata, outside my hometown. Then I used to live in Kolkata.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, after all these, I met my mentor. Actually, it's not that I met my mentor. He's my relative. Actually, he's my maternal uncle.
Mm-hmm.
But as a mentor, it started right after then. So his name is Mr. Shamrat Acharya. So
Okay, okay.
he just randomly asked me that after seeing few of my clicks, he asked me that cinema banabi. So it translates like, do you want to make films?
Yeah, okay.
So I had no idea that okay, by seeing few amateurish clicks, why
Mm-hmm.
will he ask me something like this?
Yeah, it's a very big deal.
Like not to anyone's surprise, I was like, I was high up in the sky,
Huh.
okay, like a helium lantern. Like okay, people will come and take selfies with me.
Yeah,
This will happen. Like
yeah,
any other uh, boy or girl, I was like exactly thinking that way.
yeah.
So then, to my surprise, what he told was, তাহলে তো theater করতে হবে. It's like if you want to make films, you have to come into theater.
Hmm, hmm.
So by then I had this very restricted idea about theater, that okay, theater restricts me only to stage acting and all. I'll only do theater when I'm on stage. So that was
Okay,
my restricted idea back then.
okay,
I've just passed school.
okay,
So I also that if I need to make films, film cinema is a completely different medium of art. That much I knew, and theater is a completely different medium of art, and it was more into performing arts.
yeah.
So why would I like do theater to become make films?
Hmm,
Because
hmm,
I don't want to be an actor. I never
hmm,
wanted to be an actor.
hmm.
So then he told me that for the next 4 or 5 years, if you at all want to come into this, you have to do whatever I say without asking any questions.
Hmm,
Like no questions asked. Then
hmm,
why am I doing this?
hmm, hmm.
So I'm like, okay, makes sense. So actually, I started joining. I used to do still photography for theater. Then
Okay,
I did my specialization on improvisation and advanced improvisation. So
okay.
all through 4 or 5 years, I was only taught how to think differently.
Hmm,
In quote unquote, in local language, we say this lateral thinking.
hmm,
So this is a very difficult job for an artist.
hmm, hmm,
So that is something I was taught. Then after completing my grads and my study in theater, then I applied for film schools. Then
hmm,
I went to Mumbai,
hmm.
and since then, after completing my specialization in cinematography, then I am currently working. So that everyone knows.
Okay,
So that
okay.
is how it started.
Oh, and while you were saying all this, like, oh, what is the weird coincidence? This that even I bought my first camera in 2014 after like nagging
Oh
for six
wow,
months.
high five!
And I think there is a one more similarity, I guess. I bought a Canon camera. I think so did you.
I also had a Canon camera. I had Canon 1200D.
1200D. I had a 700D. So
700. It released almost on the same timeline.
yeah, 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 yes, it is on the same timeline. And when and funny, like it might sound very corny, or it might sound very filmy, right from that Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, something like that. But uh, how liberating a camera can be, I think you and I are perfect example of how one instrument drew us to the farthest two spectrums of the imagination.
Right.
You saw things from the lens and I saw the things after the lens has captured. Okay, so
Right, correct.
you went into handling the camera and I started with the handling of the product that the camera has produced.
Absolutely. Right,
Okay,
correct.
so if you take the camera out, we both are jobless. Right?
We both are jobless. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, correct. Absolutely correct. And
Absolutely,
that's
guys.
the mother.
That's the mother. That's the mother. And
I first. Yeah, yeah, continue, continue.
I still remember it was evening when the Flipkart guy called us, me
Okay,
saying that your package has delivered. Because your package is of very high value, we are not able to deliver it. Can you please come and collect it from our warehouse? Okay, so I told my father and
okay,
I told him with the eyes that we have to go immediately, okay, because I cannot wait. Okay,
okay.
I went with the father on a two-wheeler. I sat behind him holding the camera. It's like the Kohinoor jewel of my life. Okay, I went back home. Okay, opened. There was a lot of things, like there was a lens, there was a battery, there was a, like everything was dismantled. There was a strap.
Correct, correct.
Okay, so I was just scratching it. I don't
See, man,
understand.
can you remember the joy we actually had while holding it for the first time? It was more like
Yes,
a baby.
yes.
Right.
I still like. Uh, I have got so many things from my parents. I have purchased so many things after I started earning, but I still don't remember anything gave me more joy than the first time I held my camera. Okay,
Absolutely. True,
and
true. Very
and
true.
when I first started the camera, like assembled everything, it was next day morning. Okay, my parents both were working, so they left, and my father told me specifically, do not toy with the camera all day long. Okay, and that's exactly what I did.
Correct. Same, same. Same here.
Okay, so I opened the camera, assembled it, this, that, and I started it, and there was like the back screen was filled with numbers. So my first impression was, shit, I don't understand any of this. There's so much information, so many numbers. What should I do with it? Okay, and now, and now so many years later, when I'm still using the same camera, by the way. Okay, so
Correct. Same,
when,
same. I'm using the same camera too.
yeah, so when I, and because my needs are photography only, not videography. So when I start my camera these days, I'm like, just this many numbers. Where is the rest of them? I need more numbers, more
Exactly.
information.
That's right. Correct, correct. Absolutely.
Yes,
So this proves the journey we actually had over
yeah,
the past 7, 8 years.
yes. Because
Right.
I was into photography for 5, 6 good years. Of those 4 years, actually took me to develop any remote sense of style and any remote sense of fundamentals of photography. So 4 years just went straight into fundamentals, like goofing
Absolutely.
around here and there, making some stupid mistakes, and I don't know, God knows what kind. I do have those embarrassing photos still archived. I don't want anyone to find.
Same here, same here.
Yeah. So
I posted some of those embarrassing photos on Facebook also, and with few intellectual quotes.
oh yes. I did that exactly the same, but I was saved by this one feature of Facebook called memories. So every year something came up 7 years ago, 10 years ago, I delete it.
And same here, and that moment I realized नहीं करना था,
नहीं करना था.
तो नहीं करना था.
I was like embarrassed to an extent. Like if this comes up, I was like, shit, man. Like this.
No, like the same thing, like, and but I personally believe, like, with the conversation we actually had, it was out of fun, but what I actually got from the conversation is I just got an anchor that you know uh, it took us actually almost 4.5 years to realize that how bad we were doing things since that period of time, one,
Yes.
and two, in 4 years we just cleared our fundamentals.
Hmm.
And you see today, people just the kids today, they need 4 months and they expect that they'll earn right after 4 months out of the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah. Exactly.
They
Also,
don't take it as a subject.
they don't take it as a subject. On top of it, to make it a like literal blasphemy, what they do is they don't buy the camera or buy the instrument for the sake of learning the art. They buy the instrument so they can put a product on TikTok or Instagram or
Correct,
these.
correct. Right,
So
right, absolutely.
first art, then the product. Now the product is coming first. Okay, and that's why the product is
And
getting shittier.
art
Art
is
never
never
comes.
coming.
Yes, art never comes. So
The point is, they are all motivated by the market.
They are all
Like
motivated by the market. True.
I'll tell you something. The point of everyone, I mean, I'm not talking just of photographers or filmmakers, editors. Everyone is to be as famous as actors.
Yes, yes,
That's the
yes,
whole point.
yes, exactly.
Like I need to be. Doesn't matter what I do. I need to be famous.
Yes, yes,
Fame is the key.
yes.
So whatever they are doing, they have to upload it. Their work life. I'm telling
Exactly,
that they
exactly,
have to upload it,
exactly.
and without doing it correctly, that is even worse.
Yes, yes. And because see,
Anyway,
you are a cinematographer, so people who aspire cinematographer or people who will come to you looking up to you, what vision they will have in mind is the same they would imagine themselves behind the camera, as if they would see Roger Deakins sitting behind, like a 3 feet lens with
correct.
a soft box and a Arri behind it, massive. Okay. And if when people comes to me for editing tips and tricks or things like that, they imagine themselves walking up to the stage to collect a, like Oscar for editing and all that. They don't understand that editing is 99.99% sitting inside a room that does not even have a window. Okay, it's a completely dark room. And I am telling you from my own experience that I have edited or color graded a film for 6 months, 8 months, and I'm like, this guy is really funny. I like his sense of humor throughout this entire script. I meet him for the first time, and I'm like, man, I really like him. He's like, what is this creepy guy? Because I have been seeing him day in day out for 8 months.
Right, right.
Okay,
Yes, yes, yes. I have only seen you.
I've only seen you, man. You are my fantasy.
It's
Because I still remember when we were working together on your film. I still
right.
remember doing this at least 4 times over a period of 2 weeks. I did it 4 times. I was sleeping, you were sleeping. We almost woke up at the same time. That was around 12 in the afternoon.
Right.
I sat up straight with still half awake, half asleep eyes, and I told you the first thing that I told you is, Shubharti? I was like, yeah, what happened? I think I have idea for a cut. Okay. So this is the first thing in the morning that comes to my head.
I need to cut.
Yeah, I had to cut. Like I dreamt it, how it will go, and all it is left that is
See,
to show you. That's it.
I personally think that if you are not crazy about what you are doing, whatever it might be, whatever. If you are not completely into whatever doing and or you're crazy about whatever doing, you cannot reach the precision level. That is for
Exactly.
sure.
Exactly.
So, matlab, like it's like if you are, especially in our field, I cannot say it for every other profession, but in our field, if you are not day in and day out thinking about the same boarding frames, no matter how much boarding it is,
Hmm.
because for us now we are seeing the same frame for 1,000 times.
Yes. Yes.
For the
Yes.
audience, they're seeing it for one time, 2 times. Like they take a pride in that okay, I have watched that film for n number of times.
Hmm. Hmm.
So before even releasing, we are watching the same, not even the film, the same frames for 1,000 times.
1,000 times. Yes.
So after point of time, under human instinct, it starts feeling boring. You
Hmm.
cannot avoid it.
Hmm.
It's okay again, the same color, same object, same subjects, everything is again the same. No
Yes.
diversity
Yes.
for this span of time.
Yes.
But until and unless these boarding frames
Hmm.
makes you wake up every morning, like okay, I have to again recheck that boarding frame and again I have to come to that precision level.
Hmm.
You cannot go into precision. You cannot find out the minute nuances that was hiding from you.
Yes. True. True.
It's more like if you read a book 10 times, it's 10 different books.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The similar goes for us.
Yes.
Every time we see a frame, matlab, even I'll tell you that this is a secret that we know, the audiences generally don't know this. Even after the release, if we
Hmm.
watch the film, we'll get some mistakes. We
Yes.
will
Yes.
get for
Yes.
100% sure.
Yes.
अच्छा
Yes.
उधर वो करना था.
Yes.
Like
Exactly.
might not be the audience won't understand because the audience don't even know the original idea that was in our mind.
Exactly.
So we have
Exactly.
a parameter that this is what I was about to do, and okay, this is a slight shift for the audience. That is the only thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you
That's
have to repeat the boring things to get into precision. This is I personally believe this.
true, true. Also, there is a quote that I learned from one of my relative who is a painter, and he also delved into sculpting. So he had this book on his bookshelf. I think it was a assortment of artists like Picasso and Michelangelo and all that, and the breakdown of their work. Okay, so the author
Correct.
has summarized their work as a painter, as a sculptor, in a very small statement. Is that you never finish a art, you just stop working on it.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is the point, right? Correct.
So like
You just stop working on it.
if we come up to a production where there is no production deadline, there is no budget limitation, we might probably work
Hmm.
on a film for 20 years and still not be satisfied
Right,
with
right,
it.
right. True, true. It will never end.
It will never end.
It will never end.
So maybe because of those parameters, once we reach those parameters, we say that this film is ready for release. This is not ready to be called as a film in our mind, but it's ready for release. Right.
It's ready to go into the market. It's ready to
Yes.
be sold.
Sold. Exactly.
It's ready to
Exactly.
be sold, right? This is very
Exactly.
true. This is we just stop working on it.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
no doubt about it.
Yeah. So
Right. Okay.
there are a few couple of questions that I would like to ask you that I think would like fall into line with the kind of audience we have, and they would also have these kind of questions in their mind. So like
Okay.
first
Mhm.
question I have already asked you, like what is your journey and all that, right?
Yeah, mine.
Yeah,
Correct.
so the next question that people are very curious when it comes to cinematography or the role of a DOP. So can you quickly tell us what is or who is a cameraman, who is a DOP, and who is a cinematographer?
See, this is a very oftenly misunderstood term. Like, firstly, if you go to the 70s and 90s, there was nothing called a cinematographer or a DOP. It was just a cameraman.
Okay,
Then we evolved from a cameraman to a cinematographer. See, what in our era, what the West does,
hmm.
then it comes to us only.
Yes,
Okay, so they
yes,
are used after using cameraman, we use cinematographer because in Hollywood they are using cinematographer.
okay,
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 they have that ASC thing, so that also ends up with the cinematography only. So from there we got that we started using the term cinematography or cinematographer, so whoever shoots it. And then again they started using the word DOP, so we also started using the word DOP. And DOP is a term that is very well understood in our industry, but it
hmm.
is commonly misunderstood in the among the common laymen, like audiences.
Hmm.
So the DOP, the full form of DP or DOP is director of photography. Now the point is, half the people think that this is something related to do with still photography.
Yeah, yeah,
So actually, it's director of motion photography.
yes, yes,
Call it
yes.
to be a DP or DOP, but it's actually motion photography. So if you talk about the function of a DOP and cinematography, I don't know, maybe in US it has a difference over there, that okay, a cinematographer may be handling the camera and the team, and the director is only concerned about the designing of the film or the visual of the film, the final output of the film. Maybe the cinematographer uh, just directly goes to the DP to give like, okay sir, this is this and this is done. That then the DOP says, okay, this will be altered, so you take a retake out of it, I don't like this. Maybe they would do this. I have no idea about it. I have heard from few places, but I don't have any authenticity of this, whether they do it or not. But for India, it's all the same. It's all
Okay,
the same.
okay,
We have
okay.
no difference.
Okay, okay, okay. So, in your department of cinematography, so can you would name the hierarchy, like from top to bottom? Who are the people and what are their ranks?
Okay, uh, so the top hierarchy is a DP, director of photography.
Okay.
Then in when we have bigger budget productions,
Mm-hmm.
we have something called a unit division. Like we divide the film on in under units. Like
Okay.
imagine, like we have three units that's
Okay.
working on the film. Like one unit is shooting in Shimla, another unit is shooting in UK, another unit is shooting in Varanasi. So
Okay.
we have individual unit heads. Maybe in individually they are like chief assistant camera person or operating camera people. Okay, they are heading the. matlab, like in medium budget productions, they actually do chief assistant camera person. But over
Okay.
here, they are just heading a unit.
Okay.
This is one way of looking at it.
Hmm.
Another way is like the production value is so high that they are actually hiring three DOPs to head three units.
Okay. Okay.
This
Okay.
is also done, but this is a very rarely done practice because
Hmm.
the budget value increases like hell. It shoots up.
I guess
So
I
then,
understand.
so under the hierarchy, it's the DOP. Then you have
Hmm.
the chief assistant camera person. Then you have the first AC, the second AC, the third AC. Then you have the interns in
Okay.
the camera department. In
Okay.
the light department, you have the gaffer, who is the chief lightman, and then you
Okay.
have the lightman.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, this is the hierarchy.
Okay. Okay. So,
And okay, so we I just missed out few things. Like we have something called a operating camera person. Then we have another thing that is a focus puller.
hmm.
Okay,
Focus
so
puller. Okay.
that I forgot to add these two, and majorly, yeah. So nothing more.
Got it. Got it. And I believe you went to film school, right?
Right? Yes.
Yeah. So what was your experience in the film school? What did you learn in the film school? And after you finished the film school and you stepped out, okay, what did you learn in the film set, actual on floor? So we would like to know that experience. What did you learn in film school versus what did you learn on set?
See, I'll tell that uh, the film school will give you a very fundamental idea about the craft you are getting into.
Okay.
See, film schools are not like law schools or medical schools.
Hmm.
That you can work on a film set while you are in a film school. Like you can actually work on a big film set while you are in the film school. So
Okay.
that is not feasible.
Okay.
Majorly, it's not feasible. Like
Mm-hmm.
you have some connections. Imagine I have a brother, I have a very dear friend who goes to a film school, but he also wants to work on my set. So while going to film school, he's working with me. So that is a very rare occasion. In
Okay.
general, we don't have that scope. So
Okay.
it's like we can only work after we get out of the film school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one. But this is a very common practice in medical science. Like they are doing an MS
Mm-hmm.
or just before passing their MBBS, they are practicing as an intern. They are also in a learning phase, but they are still practicing on field.
Yeah. Yeah. Understood.
Right. But I don't
Yeah.
know in any other profession they have this or not, that you can like do it in the bigger scale
Mm-hmm.
while studying it. So and another thing also, it's like the time span we get in a film school,
Mm-hmm.
uh, we we barely get to know the fundamentals because it's
Okay.
huge.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
if I have to tell what is the syllabus of filmmaking,
Uh-huh.
anything under the sky is a syllabus.
True. True.
It's massively huge.
Yes. Yes.
Because anything under the sky, if anything under the sky depicts like life,
Mm-hmm.
we are just recreating it. We
Mm-hmm.
are recreating an alternative reality. That
Mm-hmm.
is what cinema is,
Mm-hmm.
right? So after having this very brief idea of how the things are done and
Mm-hmm.
what we should do, because there is always ifs and buts. Like on
Mm-hmm.
paper, there is a completely different thing, and on field there is a completely different thing. I'll give you an example right after this.
Mm-hmm.
That after getting an idea, when you go to a film set, you find everything very bewildering
Hmm.
because you will see so many jargons on the set, and
Okay.
like people shouting on the top of the voice, where is the camera, where is the trolley, is the shot ready, actors are coming, actors will come 2 hours late, चलो instantly अभी जो shot लिए थे वो दूसरे shot पे चले जाते हैं. You will go crazy on
So it's a
first few days.
chaos.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Because in the film school I was only taught, okay, you will set the camera, actors will act, they will talk, you will give a cut. That is everything. And you the things you do to design the frame, that
Yeah.
is the thing you learn.
Yeah.
I was very lucky. I see, again, I will not say that this is very common because I have my interns and assistants who are from film school, and their film school life is horrible because I have but मेरे लिए काम करते हैं ना, so I exactly know how much they know.
Yeah.
Not from today, from the time I'm actually having assistants.
Yeah.
So absolutely nonsense.
Hmm.
Most of the film schools, they
Hmm.
will come and they will teach. The first problem with film schools is they will claim that they will give 100% placement
Oh,
to a job that doesn't have any job.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
This is a freelance job. So you are on your own. And they will, and normally क्या होता है कि when the human instinct is when you see 100% placement, you don't see the rest part of it. वहां पे in very small it is written assistance,
Oh,
100%
okay.
placement assistant.
Okay, okay, okay,
So
okay.
basically they will tell you कि वहां पे वैकेंसी है, यहाँ पे वैकेंसी है, you go there and you achieve it. So basically you are again on your own.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what students is, okay, we have spent so and so lakhs on this. No, they are not even thinking that okay, after spending so and so amount, X amount, I haven't learned anything.
Hmm,
That
hmm,
they are not saying.
hmm.
Why am I not getting a job? Why
Yeah,
no one is giving me a, why if I'm talking to a DOP, if I'm talking to a director, why that person is not taking me in his or her team?
yeah.
My question is, why will the DOP or director take you in their team?
Got it. Got it.
Right? Why will that person? It's like I have a team of 7-8 people.
Hmm,
Just for internship, there are 25-30 people applying to me.
hmm,
कि
hmm.
उस प्रोजेक्ट में सर आपके साथ इंटर्न करना है, तो
Yeah,
25 में से मैं 2 से ज्यादा इंटर्न तो ले नहीं सकता. आई
of
कैनॉट टेक
course.
मोर देन 2 interns.
Of course.
So all the 23 other interns will think that the industry is extremely bad. The industry doesn't support true talent because in everyone's eye, they are very talented,
Yes.
extremely talented.
Yes.
You sit
Yes.
with them, you ask basic questions, you understand what talent they have.
Hmm, 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 hmm. True.
So when I went to film school, I was extremely lucky to have teachers who taught me how the craft works. That is what should be done. Or any good film school will give you that.
Hmm,
What extra I got was I have my professor,
hmm.
Mr. Ajay Tandon, is a like renowned DOP, he's a senior DOP. He was my professor. So Tandon sir, individually I can tell that because I had my specialization in cinematography. He taught me how to behave on set,
Okay. Okay.
how to act on set.
Hmm,
Like
hmm.
I'll give you very very small like example. Like he once told us that no matter how angry you are on your team,
Hmm.
how irritated you feel, maybe you are doing the same shit for 24 hours, like work, and after 12 hours the production is telling ki the actors will catch a early flight tomorrow, so let's just drag it and complete the scene. So you can't tell an actor anything. You will come to the other departmental heads and tell, of course, that's how it works here. So okay, when you do it and you are very irritated, if you want to quarrel with the director.
Hmm.
Never shout on a spot dada, or never shout on a light man.
Hmm.
You don't do that
Hmm.
because that is venting out someone else's anger on someone who is vulnerable.
Yeah.
You don't do it. And if you don't do it, you will see the difference. Write it down.
Yeah.
And when you will completely bewildered with the hectic schedule and that bad day, when a
Hmm.
sport dada will come you and he will notice you from far that sir is very disturbed. He will come and give you a correct chai. He will understand how it affects in your vision, how it
Yeah.
affects in your visuals.
Yeah. True.
And you don't behave that way with them.
Yeah.
So I cannot express how, what changes it finally comes because it completely comes inside me.
Hmm.
One has to actually get the first hand experience. So
Hmm.
I personally have never believed in that hierarchical differences. That normally what does hierarchy becomes toxic hierarchy.
Hmm.
That the producer is shouting on the director that my money is going, what nonsense are you doing? The
Yeah.
director is shouting on the DOP that
Yeah.
why my shot is not ready, because in no way no one is telling anything to the stars in general.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
if I am 1 hour late on set, people will go crazy. Half
Hmm.
an hour late on set, people will go crazy.
Hmm.
A star will come only for the last 2 hours of 12 hours.
Hmm.
Everyone will be on the set.
Hmm.
They will talk among themselves, but they will not state it as a common problem.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is the problem.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the problem.
So this is a very common scenario over here.
Yeah.
So you know, uh, so there are a lot of things that you actually learn on a film set. I am talking beyond the craft,
Hmm.
because when you lead as a leader
Hmm.
from the front,
Hmm.
you need to know one thing, that is how to manage people.
Yes, that is very true.
Managing such a big team is horrifyingly difficult.
Exactly. Exactly.
When you manage a team of 40, 50 people, and they are from various communities, various ages, with various educational qualification, various upbringings, and you have to make them do the same thing,
Hmm.
that is horrifyingly difficult.
Hmm. Hmm.
मतलब लगता बहुत अच्छा है कि ओके आई एम लीडर, मैं जो कहूंगा वो लोग तो मान ही लेंगे. The real craft is how you make them work
Yeah.
without any nuisance created,
Yeah.
and do the
True.
same thing, and making them a team.
Yeah.
So this is a difficult job that you can only learn on set.
Yeah.
No
True.
film school will teach you.
True. True.
I'll give you a small example. A technical thing that we you'll know that we have something called a trolley shot, like
Yes.
with trolley in, trolley out, right?
Yeah.
So on the book, it is written that in trolley in, we just take the camera and we move towards the subject or the character we want to approach on a track, like a rail track.
Yeah.
So it is written on the book. The day I came on the film set, and the camera is the trolley base is kept on the trolley track. Now when I see the spirit level
Hmm.
that gives the actual
Hmm.
balance of the frame,
Yeah.
I'm thinking ये तो match नहीं हो रहा है. It's looking in
Crooked.
tilted.
Yeah.
Okay, then I understood that the ground I am keeping the trolley on is actually not even.
Yeah. It never be
There's no,
even.
no book is there.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
So books will always give you an ideal situation,
Ideal situation. True.
but but it it will be very, very different on set. It will never tell you that okay, to do this you might face this problems.
Hmm. Hmm.
Then what you will do?
Yeah.
That is completely your first-hand street smartness. We use the term jugaad. I'll
Yeah.
tell you, I don't know about Hollywood. I have never worked in a project like that. In in all our cinemas of the regional languages,
Hmm. Hmm.
like Bengali, Punjabi, we have it more here, a bit less in Bollywood. We will only be able to make good films if
Hmm.
we are good at jugaad.
Yes. 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 Yes.
You have to have that jugaad
Yeah.
in inside you.
Yeah.
Like you impromptu, you are thinking like, okay, this is the problem. Okay, you just connect few things, you just connect few dots ki acha yahan pe imagine like I am in a place that is not my hometown or not a city that I live in. I suddenly require something
Hmm.
that I don't have. You instantly you just go to Facebook or some social media, and you just see, okay, which friend do I have who is posted over here, and let's call that guy and ask where can I find this. So you have to take impromptu decisions, because time is very less, and for a film time is money.
Yeah. True.
Because
True.
when
Hmm.
we budget, imagine a film is budgeted at 5 crores and it
Yes.
will be shot in 30 days. So
Yes.
it's basically 5 crores ke andar मान लो it's like 3.5 crores is for till the production. So
Yeah.
3.5 crores divided by 30 days. So
Yes.
each day how much money you are getting,
Yeah.
and you
And
divide
if
it by the number of hours you are working,
exactly.
you will get
Exactly.
a hefty amount every hour.
Yes.
So we are always running at the fear of money running out.
Yeah. True.
The film
True.
is gone.
Yeah.
With ample film, you have no, I don't know, like people have no idea how many films are shelved.
Yes.
Big
I.
films,
Yes. Yes. Very
big
big
budget
fan.
films, they're shelved. They're still in the pipeline.
Yes.
They have become stale. Their relevance has gone.
Gone. Yeah. True. That is true.
So with all this topic, I don't know whether you already had planned to ask me this or not, but something I like to come up with whatever I was telling, that the relevance of film school. So should someone go to a film school or not?
Yeah.
Because ये मतलब सुनने में ऐसा लग रहा है कि that okay, film school में तो सब कुछ नहीं सिखाते. तो फिर why do I need to go to a film school? People should definitely go to a film school. Definitely,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
definitely go to a film school. I'll tell you why. When you go to a film school, you start living inside cinema.
Hmm.
So, and an environment, an ambience is forcing you to live in cinema.
Yeah.
That is one great benefit. That, like, you haven't gone to a film school, you are absolutely self-taught and you are amazingly self-taught. But you, I don't know, I guess you too feel that if someone would have forced you to do certain things in your study, that would have been a bit, it would have been a leverage. Like, okay,
Yes.
someone
Yes.
is guiding you at space.
Yes.
Because self-teaching, it might sound very cool and trendy. Okay, he's very self-taught. It's difficult
Very difficult.
at the end of the day.
Yes.
Very difficult.
And I had
So
no
when
sense of
someone
direction.
says you, no sense of direction. That is the thing. Someone telling you, okay, you work on your own, but you work on this path.
Yes.
That is what is needed.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
बाकी तो मैं कर लूंगा.
Yes.
But I need, other than that, I'll just walk in different wrong roads and end up in no man's land.
Yes. Exactly.
So that is not what I want to do. So film schools are very much needed. And one more very important thing that a film school does is it starts letting you treat filmmaking a serious subject.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I won't say that every film school does, because half the film school teachers, like, they are absolute pseudo intellectuals. They
Hmm.
will come and they'll say that you are creating one of the most powerful weapon, like it's a political weapon. You
Hmm.
you make films and the world will change. People are waiting for your films. This is utter bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't see any seriousness in this. Anything.
Yeah.
Firstly, what I personally believe is that I am not a bank employee.
Hmm.
I don't work in a corporation office.
Yeah.
I don't ride an Uber Ola.
Hmm.
Ola.
Hmm. 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 Hmm.
Uber or Ola. I am not a doctor. I am not a lawyer. I am not rice, dal, fish, paneer, anything that people can directly consume or come and ask for direct help. I am an artist. If people will consume my product, they are literally doing good for me. If I don't exist, nothing changes in the world.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Exactly. Exactly.
What we do is absolute luxury for 90% of the people in India.
Yeah. Or even more so.
When people, you tell me, when people make a budget of their home,
Hmm.
do you ever calculate something called, okay, we will keep 2000 rupees for watching films? No.
No. Never.
You can you can have something called a miscellaneous column. We
We
come under that miscellaneous column.
we are the that miscellaneous.
So my point is, if a person who is earning 10,000, 12,000 rupees a month,
Hmm.
that's a big thing for places like India.
Hmm.
That's a very average thing, average
Hmm.
income.
Hmm. Hmm.
So if someone who is earning 10,000, 12,000 a month is keeping 200 rupees and 100 rupees of transport, 300 rupees for you, and 2 hours of his precious life,
Yes.
at that time, he or she could have been with his or her family, at
Hmm.
her work, earn a bit more, a lot of things.
A lot
But
of
he or
things.
she is choosing you over everything.
Hmm.
It is my complete responsibility to deliver the best I can.
Yeah. That is true.
In Hindi, we call daya karna. They are pitying on us.
Hmm. Hmm.
A man with a 10,000 rupees salary giving 100 rupees to me, they are pitying on me.
Hmm.
It is my responsibility to serve them like anything I do. Nothing in my life should be more prior than my audience.
Yes.
Nothing.
You do
I
realize
am
that
answerable
you do realize that the
completely
way
to them.
you have pictured it, you have put it in a box about how we are, like the almost at the bottom of the disposable part of someone's lives, the audience's life. You know,
Right?
this might be so controversial, and like people in our film industry hold so much of pride and ego in themselves that they might downright disagree with you. But that is the reality.
Right?
That is the fact. That if I don't watch a film for entire year, nothing in my life will change.
That is the point.
That is the point.
I take cinematography or filmmaking with the pride people can't even imagine of my own industry only. The priority I give to my work, I'll tell you, half the
Hmm.
technician field,
Hmm.
they are in the film industry because they thought that they can't do anything else.
Yeah, exactly, exactly,
Film line cycle lesson. I have
exactly.
heard this statement so many times I can't tell you.
Hmm.
I used to study for 16, 17 hours a day.
Hmm.
Study, work, all this. Since
Hmm.
a long span of time.
Hmm.
So if someone comes and tell me that I don't take pride in my subject just because I am telling something that is very true,
Yeah.
that is choice. If someone performs a circus
Hmm.
and thinks that they are very important in the society, that is a mistake.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that I don't enjoy circus. Yes, I
Exactly.
do. Okay,
Exactly. Exactly.
cutting out from the animality,
Hmm.
I enjoy how people do gymnasts, how the
Yes.
colors are blown, how the fire is blown. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if I don't watch it.
Exactly. Just like
So
comedy.
my point is if the audience is taking my work so seriously, even when they will not die, they will not fall ill if they not watch it. My point is, it is my responsibility to be at my best.
Yeah.
That is where I want to come.
Yeah. True.
And I think that for this reason,
Hmm.
people of our industry should start taking themselves a bit lightly. They
Hmm.
are taking themselves too seriously.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I'll not I don't know, when my assistants come to me and they say this, that Dada or sir, people don't reply to us. They don't talk. They just don't talk. I don't understand. What competition does a 75-year-old man still working
Hmm.
have with a boy or girl of 22, 23 years?
Hmm.
What threat does he or she possess?
Hmm. Hmm.
And if you are so good, why are you afraid that a 20-year-old boy or girl will take your job?
Yeah.
You're working for 50 years. And one is that fear, they will not pass the baton. And two is they have this weird ego. That
Hmm.
okay, we are celebs, we are public figures. We don't talk to people.
Hmm.
We don't talk. People will wait for us.
Hmm.
I don't understand this. If someone wants to learn a subject, being a senior, whatever little bit of knowledge from this vast ocean of art I have, very little bit, it is my responsibility to let people know,
Hmm.
at least show them the right path.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because
Hmm.
if you don't show them the
Hmm.
right path,
Hmm.
they will, anyway, they will come in the industry.
Hmm. Hmm.
Anyway, they will come. But they will come as a very less developed one in whatever department they're choosing. End up making bad films, and we end up saying, এই সিনেমার পাশে দাঁড়াও, ওই সিনেমার পাশে দাঁড়াও, stand beside this films. In Indian films, desi films are going down the drain.
Hmm.
We are all uh, when Oppenheimer is coming, Indian films are not getting screens.
Yeah.
The point is, I can still Bollywood or few South Indian industries and few films from those South Indian industries are doing really good. But if I talk about regional language industries, they have this tendency na, that like stand beside us, stand beside this. Recently there was this hashtag, এই সিনেমার পাশে দাঁড়াও, বাংলা সিনেমার পাশে দাঁড়াও. My point is, why will you have to say like this? Why aren't you making something that people will leave all those they are watching from the English language and
Hmm.
come to you?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Why are you not sure of your craft?
Hmm.
You do your bit of promotion, but don't request people like this,
Hmm.
because they don't owe you.
Yeah.
Just because they speak in Bengali, speak in Marathi, speak in any other Punjabi, Assamese, or Oriya, they don't owe your industry. That's their money.
Hmm. Hmm.
They can easily choose, and you can't blame them for that. That
Hmm.
okay, being a Bengali, you are not watching Bengali films. It
Exactly.
is their
Exactly.
choice.
Exactly.
So if you, I believe that if you want this thing to happen,
Hmm.
like uh, you want to make good films, it will take time.
Hmm.
But train good people.
Hmm.
The training is very, very, very important. Film schools are relevant, but it depends on which film school you are going.
Okay.
What is the ambience of that film school? Are they
Okay.
only giving lectures, being pseudo intellectuals, or
Hmm.
they are actually teaching you the craft to be precise on that? They are
Hmm.
forcing you to be better every day.
Hmm.
That I got.
Hmm. 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 True.
That
Also,
is something I got in my my community,
uh,
right?
I also feel that going to film school is becoming more and more important, like increasingly more important even today, because now I think the majority of the population, both who is going to be an audience and who is going to be a contributing artist, both the half of the
Correct.
audience is now extremely confused and completely lost in the chaos that what is cinema and what is social media. Okay, people think TikTok,
Oh,
Instagram,
what a point you
and
just put down.
YouTube is cinema. It is not cinema. Cinema is cinema.
Right.
Nothing else is cinema. Nothing boils my blood more
Absolutely.
than seeing some people who run just podcast, okay, on the YouTube. They have they have no other verticals contributing to the film industry, stepping onto the platforms like Cannes Film Festival and the Montreal Film Festival, and just like wearing a good clothes and all that and clicking photos. You are a journalist on a YouTube. You interview people. That is not cinema. You are not supposed to be near film festival. What nonsense is happening nowadays?
It is a whole shit going on everywhere. I remember I read a quote somewhere, probably it was told by Anurag Kashyap. I cannot quote it. I have to be assured of it that I am not going to take a single criticism from a person who has never swept a film floor.
Exactly, exactly, exactly,
Like, I am not taking any gyan from you. You have no clue about how a film works.
exactly,
Because
exactly.
in a film set thing, what you see is completely different from what happens on a film set.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Exactly.
I find it very surprising for the critics also. You know, they will criticize a large canvas Karan Johar film, but they have no idea what craft does it take
Hmm.
to make a Karan Johar film. They have
Hmm.
no idea.
Hmm.
What immense craft does it take?
Hmm.
What grand, but to create that alternative reality wala grandeur, what Bhansali does, what Karan Johar does, that is difficult. That is 100 times more technically, at least more difficult than doing a very slow paced quote unquote art film.
Yeah.
Extremely difficult.
Extremely difficult. Difficult. True. True.
So, my point is, you don't know a craft. Why do you have to comment on it?
Yes.
Okay, you comment on it. You can tell that, okay, I liked it or I did not like it. I have my points of liking it. I have my points of disliking it.
True.
Agreed. You
True.
have every right to tell that as an audience. You are influencing people by telling not go to this, definitely go to this. Why will you influence people? Why will you even try to influence people about something you don't know?
That's the
You have no
point
idea.
that when I see those quote unquote reviews, these
Hmm.
people have never been able to influence me because I know what I am expecting out of this cinema. Say, for example, somebody saying the acting is very bad, or the story is very slow. I did not come to this film for its story. Say, for example, I came to this film for its cinematography. Now, where did your discussion lies there? Where does your critic lies there?
Absolutely.
You did not hold it. I came to this cinema for colors. Say, for example, one of the benchmark when it comes to color grading in recent contemporary films, or I should say, in a span of 5 years, the one of the most visually stunning film that ever came out in Hollywood was Blade Runner 2049. Okay,
Take drama. 2042.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was made with a huge budget of 300 million plus dollars, US dollars. Okay, and
Oh,
it
wow.
and it I think it just touched 200 million dollars something in box office collection. So it was box office flop, but everyone who watched the film loved the film. Okay, everyone says it's a very slow film.
Correct.
I agree, it's a very slow film, but it is slow so that you can pause and see the grandeur of the landscape that they have created, that virtual world that they have created. If that movie was fast
Correct.
edited, fast paced, I would have missed a lot of those beautiful color graded landscape that Roger Deakins and his team created, and the colorist created, and the
Oh,
VFX artist
that
created.
man is, I don't know, like almighty of the craft.
Yeah, so I remember like way back when I was in college, I went to see Piku all by myself. Okay, and I wrote
Hmm.
a review. Okay, and that review was, I guess that was not a review, that was just me saying who to see and who not to see in as short as possible. So it was like 200 words, 250 words max. So that's a very short
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Okay, so one of my friend classmate went to see Piku. Okay, and came back next day and he's like, bro, you told me to, you wrote about Piku to go and watch it. I watched it and I did not like it at all. What the hell? I was like, did you read the whole thing? Like, no, I just read the first two lines. Like, you see, that's that's a shortest thing I can write about a film, an art. It is not engineering that you will read one line and expand it in the answers and get 40
Right.
marks for it.
So
Okay,
you have to be descriptive.
you have to be descriptive. So I specifically wrote that people who like this kind of romance, that's a very different romance that Sugi Sarkar has put on screen when it comes to Piku. Okay,
Right.
that most people will not like, because it's the beautiful part of the Piku is the journey through which they have acquired the taste of each other. Deepika Padukone
Right.
and Irfan Khan. Okay, so the entire film lies in the journey. Okay, because once they reach Calcutta, there is a few bit of here and there, and then Irfan Khan leaves, and the story changes, the climax happens, and it's end. The entire bulk is in the journey. People don't understand
Right.
it. Okay, and more so because when we are scrolling through social media these days, we are habituated to see so many fast cuts that our brain is, like getting addicted to those fast cuts. Okay, that travel videos and this and that. Okay, so when you I still remember I saw this interview of a film, 12 years of a slave, or 12 years a slave, or something like that. Okay, that won Oscar for editing. Okay, and I think this is
Right.
in 2018, 2019, some place like that.
At
Okay,
that time. Right.
about that time. Okay, and the actor got Oscar for acting. Okay, the lady actor, and she was, I think, supporting actress. And when she went up to the stage, that was the first time in the history of Oscar when and supporting actress thanked the editor, because she knew that because of the editor she got the Oscar. Okay, and the guy who was interviewing
Ah,
and put this video, he put it in a summary so beautifully. The editor got the Oscar and the actors got the Oscar for one same reason: for not cutting. For 6 minutes straight they did not cut. It was a one take. And the
amazing.
interviewer told the audience that, or actually, I think it is not him, it is some other person, from the book, The Art of the Cut. Okay, so I think
Hmm.
somebody, some author, some contributor from that book wrote this caption, this line, that cutting is lie, holding is the truth. Okay, whenever you
True.
cut, even as an audience, your subconscious knows that some time must have gone between these two cuts. So to join it and look
True.
like one continuous, there is a lie in between. If you hold the camera rolling, that's the truth. So the editor who got Oscar for editing did the perfect job by not doing his job of cutting. He held the frame.
Held the frame.
He held the
He
frame.
let the truth prevail.
Yes, yes. And because he cut it like, I don't know, I'm just assuming he must have cut it in 10 different ways. And then he realized the best thing to do to this frame is not cut. Because
Yes.
actors could breathe, actors could deliver their performance, and for that same reason, that lady actress got the Oscar. And that was a brilliant story. I was like, my editing mind just expanded 10 times.
So
Because
this is, and actors should equally understand the importance of the other departments, like not recognizing them on set or something like that, but how important are their role for making them what they are today. They are giving a punchline.
yeah,
Great.
yeah,
A DOP takes the frame from a low end camera, low angle.
yeah,
Nothing comes.
yeah,
Gone. Everything is gone.
everything is gone. Yeah.
So it's like, if to make that dialogue a blockbuster hit,
Hmm.
a editor is not supposed to cut within the dialogue. A DOP
Yeah,
is supposed to take the perfect frame.
yeah,
A colorist is supposed to take the perfect texture of the skin they are having.
yeah, yeah, true.
Every other small thing, the makeup artist to do the exact proper makeup. One thing goes wrong,
Yeah,
the dialogue goes out.
everything falls
Nothing,
apart.
nothing joined,
Yeah,
nothing joins.
yeah, true.
So it's very important for them to understand the importance of all the departments. Like
Yeah, true.
for an audience, they just watch the film and they just watch the characters. So naturally, they will think that they are the ones. who represents the film industry.
Yeah.
It's not like that. We know it's not like that, but at least they should know. The actors should know.
Yeah. True.
But
True.
like with God's grace, I have got actors, even being a director, being a DOP, who are like very friendly, and friendly as in they're literally friends with me, like in literal sense, and they're really really good, and they respect the job of a DOP, and they come on the set, they uh, just pray in front of the camera, they
Mm-hmm.
touch the camera, and they
Mm-hmm.
touch their head on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know whether this is out of a formal decorum that they do, or they actually respect it, but देखने में अच्छा लगता है.
Yeah.
That's true.
Of course, that devotion helps.
It does. It does.
It does. So the next thing I would like to ask you is, um, as a cinematographer, as a film lover, for the people who are aspiring to be a cinematographer, or who are already a cinematographer and trying to improve on their skill, what are the films that you would like to, like, recommend them? English, regional, Hollywood, whatever. 5 films or less.
I will. This is very difficult to actually summarize the whole.
So
So many good films.
maybe
Will I tell?
recently that you have seen, so that like it's contemporary
Okay,
for them.
I'll tell. No, I'll tell from past also. I'll tell from past also,
Okay.
because in that way, okay, I'm literally not respecting. Okay, okay, I'll tell. I'll tell 5 films, and I'll give a all-time film, like that
Sure.
I'll always give a hands up to that.
Sure.
Over the 5 films, I will tell people, but especially who are trying to delve into the branch of cinematography, they must watch Roma of
Roma.
Alfonso Cuarón.
Okay.
So it got, if I'm not very wrong, it got an Academy for being the best director, best actor, a female in a supporting role, and best cinematographer. So cinematographer and director both was got by Alfonso Cuarón only.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would that's a cinematographic masterpiece. That's in the film is in black and white,
Mm-hmm.
and it's absolutely
Hmm.
gem.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
especially I can give a very secret trivia also about it. People will watch, then they can watch it that way. That notice the pannings of the camera out there.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
The pans are utterly political in the
Okay.
film, utterly political.
Okay. Okay. So
So
this is
that's very
film
interesting.
Roma.
One thing on Roma.
Okay.
One.
Next.
Two, I would say. um, I'll not say this one as a student of cinematography or as a cinematographer or someone who wants to be in cinematography. I'll tell this one for audience and for the filmmaking people, that they must watch Masan.
Masan. True. I have watched it on the theaters, and I would say I did not expect. I don't know what did I expect, but I did not expect that film to be that, because I watched it. I came out of the theater. Okay, fine. It
Uh,
started hitting me from next day onwards. Okay,
okay, what did I watch?
what did I watch? Because it took so long to understand the subtext, the things.
Correct.
The one thing that I understood immediately on screen in the theater was how the film started and how the film ended, the full circle. Okay, so that
Yes.
was wonderfully done. Okay, two strangers again coming back together. So that was wonderful. But yeah, that's a very
Uh,
beautiful addition.
Masan, why I prefer Masan any day? Like I can watch Masan on the lowest of my days.
Yeah,
Many
yeah.
people think that uplifting films are those gives you maybe a massive hormonal surcharge.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
okay, I'll have to move, I'll have to dance, and nothing stops for anyone. Masan is very slow. It's a very
Hmm,
slow paced film.
hmm.
Why I love Masan? Because Masan teaches you to live at any cost.
At any cost. Yeah, yeah.
And Masan has a very beautiful thing about this. Uh, I'll tell you that why I have a very secretive reason of liking Masan. Firstly, though, if you see the writing of Masan,
Uh-huh.
excellent.
Uh-huh.
excellent writing. Matlab, it's so well knit.
Hmm.
Masan is a very well knit film.
Hmm.
You don't find loopholes anywhere.
Yeah. True.
And Masan teaches you to live in a way. It actually tells you that the way we see life and complain about life, that okay, this is going bad, this is not happening right. Masan actually teaches you that is life. You complain it for no reason.
True.
I have realized it in my own opinion and my perspective that
True.
I have seen around,
Yeah.
that life is not about happiness.
Hmm.
Life is just about sorrows and grievances and problems. More the accurate word is problems. And life is all about solving those problems.
Hmm.
You have a problem of 30 days. You solve it and you have fun for one day. And then a new problem comes.
Yeah.
This is life.
Yeah.
So while the problematic days, you will have sorrows, you will have tension, you will have frustration, irritation, anxieties, lot of things. But that is life, and you have to live beyond it.
True.
Masan always teaches me, no matter how bad you are, you do not stop living a good life, or you do not stop caring about yourself.
Hmm. Hmm. So, what
People
would
often
be?
take Masan to be a very grief-stricken film. Like,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
sad film.
Yeah. It's a
I
sad film.
love Masan like anything.
Hmm.
Like, it nourishes my heart every time I watch it. And
Understood.
trust me on this when I say, every time I watch Masan, I get something different.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Every time I watch it.
So, what
Okay.
is the next film you would like to add on the list?
Okay. Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah, I just took a bit long work with Masan. I'm very emotionally connected with the film.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, the third I would say is it is Ivan's childhood.
What? Come again?
Ivan's childhood.
Ivan's
Andrei
childhood.
Tarkovsky.
Okay. Okay.
So that was Tarkovsky's first film, if I'm not wrong.
Okay. Okay.
So that film deals with a subject, like at that time he thought, and it actually it was not thought by him, to be
Hmm.
honest.
Hmm. Hmm.
There's a whole different story about Ivan's childhood. Someone else was making it, and then he took it from the halfway thing because the producers did not like the film, and he made his condition was, I'll make the whole film from scratch with a half
Oh.
budget.
Okay. 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 Like that.
That was his condition.
Hmm.
And no one will interfere. I'll change the complete casts. These were probably his conditions, that okay, I'll make it. I'll change the complete cast, and no one will question me anything, and I will make it from scratch.
Hmm.
So he made it from scratch with half the budget, and the
Okay.
rest is history.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So Ivan's childhood is a uh, masterpiece. In Tarkovsky is himself a master, and it's a masterpiece.
Hmm.
Ivan's
Hmm.
childhood. Everyone should watch it, especially filmmakers and cinematographers.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Excellent film.
Hmm.
Then the fourth one I would say is should be Opporajito by DA.
Okay. 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 Yeah. Yeah. That's also a beautiful film. Yeah.
So people often don't differentiate between the this Opu trilogy,
Hmm. Hmm.
that Pather Pather, Opporajito and Opu Shankar.
Hmm. Hmm.
Even among those three, my personal favorite is the second one, Opporajito.
Okay.
Though
Okay.
it creates different stages of Opu's life, but
Okay.
Opporajito is an absolutely genius film.
Okay.
And all time, it's like, what to say, I can watch any that film. I told that I'll watch any day you want, though that is a very recent thing. So this is, I am telling all these files I told as a artist myself,
Hmm. Hmm.
or a learner myself.
Hmm. Hmm.
This I'm telling as a fan. Okay, like that
Okay.
everyone should watch
Okay.
is Avengers Endgame. Okay, I am
Yeah.
crazy about Avengers. Like,
Yeah.
I'm Marvel and DC both fan.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't have any fight with DC, or when I watch DC, I don't have any fight with Marvel. I
Exactly.
absolutely enjoy all of it.
Yeah, even as a fan, I am a very much Marvel fan. I'm not a DC fan. I do have my founded reasons for it. Not comic reason that there are, I know there's a very hardcore comic people who are DC followers. I'm not that hardcore.
Right, right, true.
I my reasons are founded in the cinema only, but as a film maker, as a part of this industry, I have absolutely no separation between these two production houses. Like DC Marvel equal for me. But since,
Exactly.
yeah, but
Yes,
since
I can
you,
differentiate between the quality of the film. That
yes,
I can.
yes, yes, yes. But since you said Endgame, even like from a cinematographer's perspective, a fan's perspective, you like Endgame. Even I like it from a lot of different perspective. One is particularly being post production. I would like to share one amazing fact about the Endgame, that
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, please.
there are these two films that happened recent times that brought massive new technology into the post production world, even in Hollywood. One was Irishman, again shot by Martin Scorsese. Okay, so they employed this new infrared technology that was an array of, I think, four cameras. So when they
Hmm.
made Robert De Niro look like 25, 26-year old, and the funny part is,
Right,
Martin Scorsese was the person who shot Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro when he was actually 24, 25, 26 years old.
right,
Okay, so he
right,
was the perfect individual to actually understand whether the system was working or not. So de-aging part, that he was made to look 30 years younger, 20 years younger, was done
correct,
inside the camera in real time. Okay, so when they first rolled the test shot and Martin Scorsese was sitting on the chair, he kneeled down onto the floor and he started crying, and people were sort of, what happened? And then he's like, that's the guy I saw 20 years ago. He's alive on screen at the moment. I cannot believe the technology works so well. He started crying because he could see that person who is right now, like what, 60 something, 70 something years old. And
right.
in this director's monitor, he could see a 26-year-old Robert De
Robert
Niro
De Niro walking.
walking, and he is like, this is the guy who walked in the sets of Taxi Driver so many years ago. He's alive
Correct,
again. So I am pretty sure that was a very emotional moment for him. So that technology was very new, very groundbreaking. What happened with Endgame, that after the shooting ended and the edit and the color and the VFX, all things were going on, the project file, so as to say, okay, everything encompassing the end game project, okay, the project file was little over 1 petabyte in size. Okay, 1 petabyte
hmm.
is 1,000 terabytes. Okay,
Hmm.
that
Yeah,
is so much of data,
lot of information.
that is so much of data that, like, if you have a quote unquote unlimited bandwidth connection, say Geo or Airtel, with 1 Gbps up and down, and if you try to transfer it, the Geo or Airtel guys will call you, sir, what are you doing? We have to shut down the server because we cannot hold this much of data in our pipeline. Okay, so and
Correct.
as you know that the VFX of these films were done across the globe. Some in Australia, New Zealand, Austria, Germany, okay, Canada. So they have to transmit all these data through the dedicated servers, dedicated channels of internet. It's like there is a particular dedicated fiber optics laid under the Atlantic Ocean. From
Hmm.
those particular connections, this is this post production part is going on. Okay, so that was that cost intensive, that was that data intensive. It was a massive task for the management part to get a hold of all this data going through here and there, continent after continent.
Correct.
So yeah, so that even I
And
have a
when I, after watching Endgame, or no, not even Endgame, any film of the Marvel or DC, I have almost watched every film at least once,
uh-huh.
and like 5, 6 times with most of the films. So after a certain, like 2, 3 times, when I watch it again, I just watch it like a child when I see the Superman, Batman cartoons. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay, Superman is flying and beating the bad guy. That face comes in.
yeah, yeah,
I don't even, after 2, 3 times I go, okay, how beautiful it is shot. इसका CGI कैसे किया होगा? All
yeah,
this. Okay,
yeah,
how did they create the darkness while creating while having it on a green screen? Green screen. All this goes on. After point, okay, so Superman abhi kharab logo ko marega.
Yeah,
That feel comes in, and I
yeah,
just go back to that, and it's such a feel good film. Like
yeah.
I very like 1 week ago I watched Endgame again.
Okay.
So I was watching Endgame, and when the Captain America is saying Avengers assemble, look, the music is coming up
Yeah.
of Avengers, and I'm literally again getting goosebumps. I'm
Yes,
like, what is
yes, yes,
happening
yes.
to me? I'm a
Yes.
child.
Yes, yes, yes. I understand that. I understand that.
Our generation, we are so close to these Marvel and DC. We will go to the theater with our kids and also enjoy with them only.
Yes, yes, yes.
Like they're
True.
also shouting, we are also shouting.
True, 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 true. I would not
So
say
that's
like goosebumps inducing film. The film recently that I have watched almost like 8, 9 times in a span of 2 months, 2.5 months after it came to Amazon Prime is Top Gun Maverick. Okay.
Top Gun Maverick. You
It,
watch it 2 times in the theater only, na?
yeah, I watched it 2 times in a theater. For the first time, I
Okay.
did travel 47 kilometers just to watch it in a decent theater. Okay, because I had high expectations, and when I came out of the theater, it was not like all my expectations are met. It is like
Correct.
I did see something groundbreaking. Like it was like a single malt whiskey. Okay, you will feel it slowly, slowly, slowly. Okay, okay. So I watched it so many times, no goosebumps ever. It is just visually mesmerizing. You forget that these are bloody F-16s that are shot at 200 FPS, 500 FPS, whatever. They are shot as if those are static models on the ground. Okay, so that film has
Yeah, very
so
well
much to
made. That
offer,
extremely well made.
and and I
Extremely well made.
and I'm like I can watch that film from any point to any point. That it does not have to be a full 2 hour film. It's like I can watch it for 5 minutes from this point to this point and still be content. Wow, I did see some good shot.
But it's like any duration you take, it's still a film.
Any duration, that's a it's something else, man. It's something else. It is worthy of the title that it brought back the life into theaters of Hollywood after the COVID and the pandemic. It is completely worthy of making what a $1 billion plus in the box office globally. That film is
Right, no.
something else, because there is any part of that film, you pick it up, there is a mastermind in technology that is happening. May that be that Sony's Venice series Regalto system going on, where the body is separate and the lens is separate and all that is happening, and whether there is a cinematography tricks that is happening, that no matter what kind of dogfight they are on, the sun is always on the one side of the face of the pilot and not on the other side, so that it does not look like a 180-degree jump of the cinematography. Okay, and that they are thinking in a fighter plane that has three-dimensional rotation and all that. Okay, so
Like,
that
what are they doing?
what I do. And when if you don't understand any of this thing, you are completely out of this technicality. There is Tom Cruise for you, alive and is in the flesh and blood. Okay, doing his magic on screen. Okay, like when it comes back to Top Gun, and like just imagine the stunt they have to do. Like two planes are flying, and then one just shoots through them, and he's like, "Good morning, aviators." Like, what the hell? Yeah,
At times we too need films to go like become a child again and watch it in awe.
definitely,
Okay,
definitely.
because you see 9 out of 10 films we watch doesn't surprise us at all. We know everything that is happening.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Everything that is happening.
Everything,
Like,
everything.
and when films like this come, okay, someone at the end of some other pole have planned something that is surprising us as makers. Like what they might have done. Like we are constantly scratching our head. Okay, यहाँ पे क्या किया होगा? ऐसा
Yes,
ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है? ये normally तो ऐसा नहीं लगता है.
yes, yes,
So
yes, yes.
that surprise element we get so less in our life because we are into the industry. So
Yeah,
that stays with us
yes,
because
yes,
we are
truly,
having questions.
truly, yes, 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 that is true.
That is one.
Yeah. So, Shubharti, as you might be knowing that we are running out of time, so there are a lot
Running out
of
of time. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of questions, a lot of discussion left that we will pick it up in the next installment of this, like our conversation. So that I think we'll have that installment in next week, next few weeks only. So there we can
Fine, fine.
pick it up, and I guess
We'll do that.
our audience will have many more questions by then as well. So we'll go through the previous ones
Right.
and the
Right.
new ones. And I guess that there is a project that you will be done with by that time. So congratulations and all the best for that project as well. So
Oh, all the best to you too. We
yeah,
are doing
yeah,
it together.
yeah. We are doing it together. I can't wait to do films together, man. Like that's the best thing that has happened. So and also
Genuinely, genuinely.
we will discuss our perspective and our experience of working together as well, because that thing we have missed on this
Okay,
installment.
that's something also I wanted to do it. We'll do it in
Yeah,
the next podcast for sure. That
for
is very
sure,
important.
for sure,
Like
and we'll do in depth.
what is an absolute blessing.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
being a director, I have worked with you being a director and being a DOP both ways. So when just because I was the DOP of the film, so while I was sitting being a director with you, I exactly could see how you were reading the files and images. So it was an absolute blessing to work with you. We'll talk in details about it.
Definitely,
So
definitely, definitely. So see you
yeah,
again in
like
next few
yeah, yeah.
weeks. Okay.
And thank you for the invite, and it was
Sure,
truly amazing.
sure. We'll cover more area of
Of course.
this film industry soon. Okay. Okay then. Bye. Have a
Okay,
good day.
chalo bhai.
Bye bye.
Great, great. Same to you. Tada.
Yeah. Tada. Tada. Bye.